Welcome to Africa. Welcome. Should I call you episode for this one?
For this one, government name.
Or the government name?
Yes.
Yeah. So your government name is William. Wow.
Emmanuel Phoya.
Most of the times people just look at you as an artist. They forget could you have to put bread on the table.
There's like a whole different person behind it.
Yep. Solirolo.
Yeah.
It's a fresh one. I'm excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
For so many reasons. Because last time you came to Podcast Malawi.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fire.
Yeah.
But of course, we're not about the vibe.
Just
about the business vibe, essentially. But I'm excited to have you here. So anyway, Hi Africa Podcast. This is what you have here. And this platform is about spotlighting African builders, operators, creatives, and entrepreneurs building the digital economy.
Yes.
For Africa.
For Africa.
So I'm excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Because of that reason. And today I have William. In quotes, episodes. In this episode.
Yeah.
Who is the operations manager, right?
Yes.
Country operation manager for Efashe Group.
Yes.
I'm excited to have you. And let's go straight to it. What is Efashe? What do you do?
Okay, so Efashe is in the business of aggregation.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know what aggregation is, it's a company that takes people's digital services, bring them together, and then for a commission. So another example of an aggregator is like, you know how you're able to pay for MASM or MRA through Airtel Money?
Yeah.
So Airtel Money is also into aggregation. So it's basically taking other people's services, digital services, and then putting them in one place so that somebody doesn't have to go to the individuals.
Yeah.
You bring the markets and all the services in one place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what aggregation is. So that's what we do.
That's what you do.
Yes.
Straightforward.
That's what we do.
I think this reminds me to how things are done. If you want to pitch for an investor, they tell you, okay, can you tell me about your business? Like in one sentence.
Yeah.
So one sentence would be what?
Aggregation.
Yes, that's a keyword, right? Cool. I'll take you back a bit because people know you as an artist.
Yes.
Right? How has your story as an artist, or how has you seeing challenges in the space as an artist built you to see the value in products like these ones?
Well, that's a good one. Let me think on that one. Just this specific digital product, or just digital products in general?
Just digital, specifically these aggregation products. Because one thing that I have in mind is every time you are doing a particular work, being an artist is work, right? You have challenges that you deal with, and you see how digital has gives you an opportunity to deal with some of those challenges. It might be a payment issue. This issue might be that issue.
I get the context.
Yeah.
So definitely the payment issue, right? Because you cannot always rely on the bank. Sometimes you just need something like a mobile app, and you can easily send money, which is very everybody knows Airtel Money, right? Because I've seen that people struggle to work with things like banks. It's a little over there, but then Airtel Money, even like okay, they understand what's going on. Yeah. So in that regard, I'd say, it's very helpful. Yeah, it's paying for things like MRA as well. You know, like a lot of artists don't know that they need to pay tax. You know, that's what I've actually noticed. It's
who pays tax?
I mean, you have to, especially when you're registered.
Yeah.
And when you've trademarked something, you have to be an artist that is actually registered.
I don't think people are registered like that.
I know somebody who is. Yeah, but I can mention their name. But so that actually puts them in a place where they can actually get grant. Yeah, because now they also they pay tax, so they're recognized as an entity, not just an artist that you just call yourself an artist. Somebody can easily take my name and just say, "I'm Episodz." What am I going to do about it?
You can't do anything.
Yeah,
because you're not registered. You don't. Of course, you can argue. I hear you can argue. You can say, "I'm known by that name."
Okay.
So in court, you can just be like,
you can make a case. Yeah,
you can be like, "Okay, these are my witness. Whose Episodz here?"
Yeah, I guess you can argue on that regard. But so the payment issue is really big. Yeah. So it just makes everything easy. Yeah. So that you don't have to complicate anything.
Cool. And and this Efashe Group, is it a group of companies?
Well, it is. It is a group. It's the same company, but then it's like in different countries.
Okay.
Exactly. But also it also has like some side businesses. So it's like several things. We also build softwares. So it's like we have an FDI company, which is in Rwanda. We build softwares like all the apps that you saw. It's just another company that's ours that built us that app. No. Okay.
So let's break down the Efashe Group, because I know that it originates from Rwanda.
Yes, Rwanda, yes.
And then it's branching out to different countries.
Exactly.
How many countries is it covering right now?
So far, we're in Zambia and in Malawi. So this is like the Malawi takeover now. This is us coming in.
Okay. So Zambia and Malawi.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. Why these two countries?
The reason behind that, I am really not sure. I think the directors would be in a better position. But I think maybe it's just seeing the potential of the markets. That maybe of the countries that they did their research, they saw that we could start in Malawi and Zambia. And then Malawi and Zambia is very,
It's like one country.
Yes. They say Malawi is the district of Zambia.
No.
You know how Zambia is. They toy with us on Twitter.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. Like Malawi is a district.
Yeah.
But how many people are in Zambia?
I'm not really sure about their population, but the country must be bigger than ours.
I think we're more than Zambians.
Population-wise?
Population-wise, yeah.
Somebody said Zambians are just Malawians with money. Never gotten over that. Chibong.
How many people are in Zambia? Let's see, 21 as of 21.7.
How many are we now? When was the last population census that even? You remember how they used to go door by door? What happened to that?
It still happened.
Really?
Yeah,
it's been a while since anybody has knocked on my door asking me how many people live here.
Do you stay home?
Yes. Maybe I was somewhere when they came.
But they came, so they usually just ask the neighbors.
How many people? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're many, yeah. So we're 22.2 and Zambia is 21.7.
But they have a bigger country, right?
I think in size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh.
Should be. But anyway, I think why am I asking about Zambia and Malawi is because people have always regarded these markets as not vibe market.
Really?
People have regarded Malawi and Zambia as not vibe markets, specifically Malawi, because of the challenges that are there in terms of digitalization and the rest of it.
Okay.
But I'm interested to hear why Malawi, because I think looking at the challenges that we have, the company also thought about this market.
Yes.
Because the challenges are opportunities.
Of course.
Well, for others, the challenges...
they're like, hey, let's not go there.
I don't want to touch that. So what kind of challenges are you dealing with in Malawi?
What challenges are we? Oh, the whole new product thing and the trust, and then it could be a scam. That's one of the biggest problems that we are having, but then we are working on that. I think that will come with a lot of visibility. So we are holding off the marketing just a little bit because we are in development. We're developing new products. So in the middle of doing contracts with other service providers. So we would not like to do like a full-on marketing campaign with 3 products. And then a month later, we have 8. And now we have already printed for the 3. We were on TV for the 3. And then, so we're just trying to get everything we can in this, the quarter. This is the second quarter, right?
Yeah, this is what?
This is June.
This is June, second quarter.
Yeah, so we're just trying to finalize all the contracts so that we have, you've seen the products, right?
Yeah, so you have the airtime thing.
Yes.
Where you help people to buy airtime.
Yes, you buy.
I think you told me about it, that because Airtel and TNM they no longer print the scratch cards.
Yeah,
so you come in as a solution to
exactly
ensure that people are able to buy airtime with a bit of easiness.
Exactly. So we come in as the digital answer to Makra, saying no, we can no longer have scratch cards because it costs a lot. It's also bad for the environment.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the reasons why we're like, well, even though Malawi and Zambia may be a little backwards in terms of digitalization, but then they're removing scratch cards.
Yeah.
So it's like we're taking a step there. Like you said, somebody sees a problem, is like, I don't want to touch that. And somebody goes and takes a risk and is like, I want to be the person.
I want to solve that.
Exactly. So I'm going to be the one responsible for the Malawian digitalization. So that's just how business works. So from that regard of Makra, making the scratch cards obsolete, and then that was actually the best time for the company to actually come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom. That was like, okay, fine. Yes, we have to enter in the market. When people were complaining, okay, scratch cards are going.
Yes. What are we going to
do? Someone was like, okay, that's the business.
Yeah, opportunity.
That's how I think.
Yes.
I think Malawians, we have to
think like that.
And specifically even Africans as well, because every time the complaining is huge.
Yeah. Oh, we are professional complainers.
We're professional complainers. Yeah.
We don't fix anything.
Okay, fine. So you do airtime, you do electricity tokens,
exactly,
TV subscriptions, and then bulk SMS,
yes,
and tax payments.
Exactly.
Those are the things that I know
yes,
as the kind of offers that the group has.
Yes,
in the Malawi market.
That is in Zambia and Rwanda. Here, we're in the middle of finishing those contracts.
Okay,
so we are conversating with MRA. We want to get, what is this? Is Go TV?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So let me break down how the possibilities of, don't just think limited to that. We are limited to that. Just those products, but then it is open to like a lot of things, like MASM. We want to get MASM on board as well. So even like CIC insurance. So anybody that has a service, we're able to actually build a system for them.
Yeah.
So to just make the payments easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just, we are not limited to that, but then so far that's what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, because I think the advert that I saw was more about the airtime.
Yeah, the airtime. Yeah. So that's what we have in Malawi so far: airtime and electricity. We finished we made a contract with Airtel and TNM. So we basically brought Airtel and TNM on one platform. Exactly. So it's not like separate. It's just, we have a system that accommodates both. So when you come to buy, let's say you go to one of our agents, you want to buy airtime. It doesn't matter what airtime you want. He has everything. So when he buys, let's say, float for 100,000, the same float can act as electricity. The same float can act as Airtel. The same float can act like as TNM.
Okay.
So it's not separate. It's just one wallet that can accommodate all these services.
Okay, fine. So let me hear this properly.
Yes.
What do you have? You have an app?
We have an app. We also have a USSD.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
So when I download that app, what happens?
Okay, so there's two apps.
Yeah.
There's the self-service, that one we haven't officially launched.
Yeah.
The app that's working right now is the agent.
Okay.
Okay, so the agent one just helps the agent to sell, and then there's a commission that they get for selling these products, the products I mentioned.
Okay.
Right. So there's another one for people without smartphones. Sorry.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about digitalization in Africa. So they were thinking ahead. They were like, not everybody has a smartphone.
Yeah.
So we need to, for the Muntwa Mose, our business. Yeah? So we have a USSD and the app, which works the same. Simply that, yeah, you can basically do whatever you can do on the app, you can do on the unstructured service, the USSD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we have those.
What you're doing is you're coming in the market.
Yes.
And you're saying, okay, fine, we have to work with agents.
Yes.
Who have smartphones.
Yes.
And they will be able to get a commission for a transaction that they will initiate.
Exactly.
I go and buy airtime.
A commission.
I go and buy electricity.
Commission.
They will get a commission. You make money, and the rest is history.
Yes.
But there will be a self-service app later on.
Yes, later on.
Come through, and then I can use that app to
buy stuff for yourself.
On my own.
Exactly.
And I don't get the commission.
No. That one is self-service. But then the agents are the ones that get to enjoy the commission, and we make sure that we treat them right. We keep a small fraction of the actual commission, because we get commission from Airtel and TNM.
Yeah.
So we keep the small fraction and give the larger portion to the agents. Yeah, so that we incentivize them to become one of the agents.
Yeah, let's talk about the agent model, because I know it's a big thing.
Yes.
If you are in Africa, if you want to make sure that things work for you, you can never work. You can never. Okay, I hear this.
Yes.
If you want to build a startup, if you want to build a business, you have to think about a couple of things. You have to think about the product,
of course,
and you have to think about the distribution.
How it's going to get to the people.
And distribution is a crazy one. So tell me about the agent model, because I think there are people that are building different products, but they rely on, okay, fine, as long as we are here,
yeah,
and we've built our product, it's going to get to people. How is it important to work with agents, specific in rural areas?
Oh, those are a lifeline, actually. Because what we recognized is that there's a lot of hassle that goes to somebody to become like an Airtel Money agent. there's a lot of due diligence that you have to go through,
Yeah.
right? So what we did is we just made it the simplest thing especially for, you mentioned people, like local people.
Yeah.
So we just made it so simple that even like our registration process is very simple. You just show up with your national ID, you tell us where you stay, we put you in the system, you give us money, we give you the equivalent of float. Done. There isn't any jumping. There's how much money do you make? Do you have a shop? No. So anybody right now can just become an agent. So we try to make it so simple. And then we have realized that we have about 400 active agents since January.
Wow.
And we've noticed that the people, most of them are from like the deep. Yeah, and Twanta in like urban areas, not really, because you can't be selling airtime down.
Yeah, you can be, because I think
I can just buy it myself.
Yeah, but like I'll buy it myself.
Yeah,
but I think
exactly.
in rural areas, have you ever gone in a rural area?
Yeah.
And you have to, so if the scratch card was 100 kwacha, you buy it at 150 kwacha,
Yes.
or 120 or something.
Did it say it's 100 on the
100 on the
You're like, why am I paying extra?
So I think you have simplified it.
Yeah.
And I think these guys who also clever, because they know, okay, fine, I have to sell this 100 kwacha, but they'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
you can buy it at 120 for my travel, because I had to travel and everything.
Yeah, so the people I'm mean to go and be in the way, like they're the very active ones. And then you know how like every like a small place, one cap in a bag where percenta.
Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah. So there's this one guy that is actually a guy at 1B, but I think he's gatekeeping it because he's not.
You're gonna also do the same.
Airtime, come. It's like, okay, what is it? Don't worry. My scratch cards I just said what in airtime. Even 100 what where is it? He's not gonna explain what's happening, but it's working for him. Yeah. So he just wants to be that one person per market percent.
Yeah. And I think one of the important things with the agent model in Africa is that it provides jobs.
Yes.
Because digitalization, people have always said, digital is going to remove jobs from people.
Yeah.
But I think people don't understand what digital unlocks.
Yeah.
Because digital unlocks new jobs for people. It unlocks opportunity. It unlocks hope for people. Imagine those 400 people, if this company was not here, they didn't have anything to do. Wow. So that's the biggest thing. And I think the agent model is an important one, because they operate essentially as multipliers for your product, but also for them, they benefit something.
Yeah, they benefit,
Cool. And I think people have to think about that. When you're building a product, think about how you're going to distribute. And I think about the units of people that would benefit.
Yeah.
So instead of taking the whole share, percentage on your own, share.
Yeah.
You can get 5%, for instance, as a profit, and you can say, okay, fine, we're gonna do this. We're gonna tie the agents to the super agents to maybe the
to the regular one,
and then say, okay, super agent, if you're there, you're gonna get like 3. If you are there, a regular one, you're gonna get like 2. You get the 2, something like that. Like, still works.
Yeah, it's funny you should mention that. We get 6% from Airtel and TNM. We keep 1.
You give them 5?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, because our business is based in volumes. Yeah, not greedy. You didn't get like cheap market share. No, the profits, we keep 1%. So we just want, we work in volumes. So a lot of agents, but then they're eating. Us will eat after everybody else. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
it lasts.
that's how we're working. Yeah,
that's a good one. Wow, I love the transparency.
Yeah, no, it's not a secret.
I love the transparency.
It's not a secret at all. Yes, we keep one. We give 5 to the rest.
5 to the
exactly.
Wow. Cool, man. It's cool, man. I need to think about that.
Yeah, you really.
I think I've thought about the agent model. We're building a product. This other project. I've been thinking about the agent model, but the question has always been, what would they benefit?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think if it is clear that, okay, fine, this is how much you get, and this is how much the agents are gonna get, and if it's attractive enough, you are sure that you're gonna get something.
Yeah, of course. Most
cool,
definitely.
Man. That's some amazing stuff. So you, country operations manager.
Yes.
Last time I saw you were with Changu. So with
it's all over the place.
And then you're just moving from company to company. Did they poach you?
No, not really. I think it was just like a chance for growth. Yeah, but then I left proper, and we're still that's still my brothers and sisters over there.
Yeah,
we're still in touch.
Yeah.
And
they didn't poach you.
No, they did not.
They didn't call you. Like, we've seen you.
Yes, we have heard about.
We've heard about you. And those guys, they're using like what, green as their color, so just make it blue for us.
We should just double it.
And the logo structure. Okay,
yeah, we should just tweak it a little bit. Yeah, but
I was with Hata yesterday.
Oh, really?
And I was telling that I'm gonna be talking to AP tomorrow. It's like, yeah, I
that's
heard
my
about
boy.
I heard about the bug SMS stuff. Blah,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to offer them that. I think I'm actually due for a meeting with them.
Cool.
Yeah, for the airtime for the employees as well.
Yeah.
I think we didn't touch on that, right?
Yeah.
But it's somewhere in the questions. Because there's a bigger picture to it.
I
than
hear
just
you.
Agents, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, what I wanted to hear is that transition. How did Changu? And this is an interesting thing.
Yes.
If you go to Nigeria, right? Nigeria, Kenya, and even South Africa, but I think these markets, it's common that people will move from one company to another.
Okay.
Right? So they'll move from the work maybe with Flutterwave, they'll go to Paystack, they'll go to this, which is normal, right?
Yeah.
But I think in Malawi, the stories that we have is like, okay, I moved from organization, NGO A, NGO B, NGO C, or whatever. But for us, we haven't seen how this market is growing, but I think this is how a testament of how the startup market is like startup ecosystem is growing, because
really is.
you can now see someone coming from one startup to another
one, yeah.
which is good.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Like it's one example that I'm happy to see, because a while ago it's I've left that organization, I've gone to this other NGO, or I've left that organization, or I've left government, now I'm here. But there was no story about startups.
Yeah, about startups, yeah.
Yeah, but how did Changu shop you to this role? Because now you're the big man here.
Yeah. I think my knowledge from Changu and just knowing what a fintech was, because I did not know what a fintech was prior to Changu.
Yeah.
So my time there, Hata was the one that was actually teaching us about these things. I didn't know what a payment gateway was. Now I'll tell you about a payment gateway.
Yeah.
Like Nabad and Uziwa. This is like I had no idea. Like throughout the whole time I was doing transactions online, I had no idea that there was like something in between taking the money from the bank, taking it on the website. Zero knowledge. Yeah. So when I was going to this interview, and then just them knowing that I have like prior background of fintechs, they were like, okay, great, because they also have a payment gateway.
They saw that, okay, fine, this person understands, because
I had an
it was
advantage.
a different person would be like, what is a payment gateway?
Yep.
Like,
they had no idea, because even when you look up the website, you know the usual thing that you do when you're going to a job, you try to see, you go to the website, you see about us, and then for somebody that has never really been in the fintech, they would not know what's going on, because people just see USSD and they're like bulk SMSs, like they had no idea what's going on. So me with prior knowledge of fintechs, that actually was a very big added advantage, because he was even brought up. So they were like, oh, okay, so what are you guys doing? I was like, yeah. So Changu was actually a blessing to that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Let's talk about the last mile access of digital.
Yes.
You have USSD.
Yes, we have
USSD. One of the offers.
Yeah.
And
we have a web portal as well, and an application.
Okay, yes. So I wanted to emphasize on the USSD.
Yes.
For the last mile access, specifically of people that are in communities who just have like this phones, right?
Yeah, the small ones, yeah.
And let's talk about the bulk SMS. Because people... what is bulk SMS?
Okay. You know those SMSs that just randomly come to you?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, so that...
The ones coming from the prison.
No. No, not the scammers. Like, for example... What's the perfect
We've sent you 20,000. Send me 10,000 so that I can unlock it.
I was just like, what?
Okay, yeah.
The scams are crazy. But then I'm talking about, let's say when you register MASM, when they're reminding you of your payment or something is due, those messages that come with the send ID, instead of a number, it says MASM.
Yeah.
So that's what bulk SMS is.
Okay.
So for example, let's say you're a company, right? You have a database of customers.
Yeah.
For example, let's say you do insurance. You want to remind Mac that his premium is changing. Either there's a discount, or you just want to say happy birthday. Let's say those messages banks send us, happy birthday, those are bulk SMSs.
Yeah.
So we have the capability of making a corporate company have a send ID where they can send SMSs to their database, and then it will go in their name. Yeah, so any company, we just we call it whitelisting. Since we are in partnership with Airtel and TNM, we send your name, but it has to be 11 characters. It shouldn't be over that. Yeah. So we send it to Airtel and TNM, they whitelist it. So now you have the capability of sending a message, and it will show up in your name.
Amazing.
Exactly.
I'm asking as if I don't know, but
Yeah, for the people. It's for the people.
it's for the people, right?
Yeah.
So how do people get our numbers? Because sometimes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
Like you get a message from a random company.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, what's
Like
going on?
what is happening? Like sometimes you get it from Makra, because Makra owns our numbers.
Yeah. Of
They
course.
have our numbers.
No, that one is
Yeah, but maybe you get it from these guys that are doing the elections. Make.
Yes,
You
make.
get it from Make and other companies, right? Or sometimes when there's a health crisis. You just
Like
get it
from the COVID, we used to get those COVID
How do they get
updates.
that? How do they get that?
Oh, those ones they actually go to Airtel and then they take all the numbers. But because it's a necessity, it's a message that you're trying to get across through to everyone. But what we're talking about is specifically your database, not everybody.
Not everybody.
Because that would be spamming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the spamming.
Yes.
Because I feel like some companies, how do you opt out for some of these things?
I mean, if they didn't ask your permission to get the number, I don't think there's anything you can do about it. At least emails will spam it. But then if it's but rarely people, SMS is just randomly from companies. But it's usually the Manebs, the Mix, and them.
Sometimes I can go to my...
They must have gotten your number somewhere. Yes.
Okay, this this is 10M.
Oh, yeah, 10M, Airtel.
Zambia, okay, 10M.
Yeah.
10M Vas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top 8 Airtel.
Make.
But you won't get a message randomly from Efashe. Just say,
yeah.
You'll be like, where did you get my number?
But I think it's 10M. I think it's just the telcos that they're doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And I think people have complained to say, okay, fine. At least when we are buying the SIM card, there should be somewhere we should tick that.
But I don't want to be
consenting
receiving. Like,
to receive, because you sometimes you're expecting money.
Yep.
Right? And you're waiting for the money. And you're like,
especially when it says Airtel money and it's just telling you how it's down or it is. You just feel like,
yes. I hear you, but I was expecting money. No?
yes, it's like it's not just.
All right, cool. Bank
a
SMS
simple
is
message.
very important.
Yes,
People
very.
may not understand it, but if you're thinking about even just pushing messages to different communities.
Exactly. Yes.
And I think you can work with Airtel and 10M for yourself. Fine, we have this important message. And I think you spoke about necessity.
Yes.
Right? Because they can't just allow you to say, okay, fine, I wanna release my music.
Yeah. I'm dropping an album, send it to every number in Malawi. It's like, no, you'll be spamming people.
That's too much.
So
right?
unless it's like a health crisis or Maneb is just telling you, or make vote, that kind of thing. So I think they get the pass, but not individual businesses.
But back SMS is quite important. How many people have numbers in Malawi?
Last time I was working at Airtel, but that was like 2018. We had like a share of 6 million.
6 million.
Yeah,
I heard
TNM
had
was like
5,
yeah,
and then and you guys were combining it was around 11.
Yeah, 11, 12,
I've used that
13.
number for a long time. It should be 12 or 13. Right now.
Yeah.
Because if we were 22, I'm assuming, because should be somewhere around maybe even more than 13 or something.
13, 15, somewhere.
Yeah.
Cool.
And if you're thinking about a campaign, you have that kind of audience.
Yes, so that's like 13 million people.
Yeah, and if you think about scale of business, I think you guys you have picked the right space because maybe companies are thinking about reaching as many people as possible, because every time you go to a company, you're pitching in like a digital product.
Exactly.
So how are we gonna reach people in the in Tarire,
yes,
in whatever? They're always asking for that question, right? And I think
we solved that one very.
So companies that want to reach last mile people that are in those borderlands stuff.
Yep.
You have something for them.
Yeah, we have something for them. And SMSs have 95% likelihood of being opened. Yes. So somebody's more likely to open an SMS than an email.
Yeah.
So you can imagine.
Yeah. Trust me. Because SMS are associated with money.
Exactly. Pops up and you're like, hey,
look, okay, it's not money. Okay, fine. Like right now, I'm looking for some money.
You're just
right.
Any
if an SMS comes through here,
you're thinking,
look for it.
I can imagine.
I don't know. So please, people that are supposed to send me money, send them money because I'm waiting for that money. Okay, fine. Let's talk about USSD. Unstructured what?
Service, supplementary service data.
Whatever.
A lot of people don't. I'm going to USSD.
USSD, but it is what it is. But I know it is so important.
Come again?
I know it's very important.
Very important. It's basically being on the internet without the internet. That's the whole purpose of it. So hence the supplementary service data.
Yeah.
So whatever you can do on a web portal, on an application, you should be able to do that. So it really looks out for the little guy.
Yeah. So break it down. What is a USSD? Give me an example of USSD.
USSD, star 1 2. What is that thing when we're trying to check for airtime? TNM Airtel is star 137.
When was the last time you checked the airtime?
Because I don't think like
star
I just go buy a bundle.
137 hash, right?
Yes,
yeah,
for
star
Airtel.
137
And
hash.
star 123 and hash 123 hash for
TNM,
TNM, yeah. So those numbers, it's like basically assigning supplementary data to certain portals, but then through numbers, where you can reach that portal by just dialing a certain number. So we have that for our agents, and we also have that for self-service, but we haven't actually launched that. So an agent is able to make a sale on a app and also on a USSD, the same way we can do with Airtel Money.
Yeah, Airtel.
Yeah.
You can go on USSD
or on the app. Exactly, because we're thinking about everyone. So even like if you want to go on a laptop, you can go as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to a portal. So we have a portal, app, and USSD.
What else can companies do with USSD?
Come again?
What else can companies do with
What else
USSD?
can they do? USSD. That's a whole lot. I hear Kwenda, Kwenda.com.
Yeah,
I hear that.
through,
I hear they have gone USSD.
Yeah.
So they're going to take over the digital
Star
tickets.
495 hash. I think I even memorized the
Oh yeah.
shortcut.
So they're gonna take over the ticket industry, because it was always a hustle for people. You give them a link to go buy, let's say, a ticket for a show, like a digital ticket.
Yeah.
So could that be they like online? They have to log in. They have to sign up. They have to have an email address. And now you can just dial that and then purchase a ticket.
Yeah.
So it's quicker and it's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't really need to be tech savvy to deal with USSD.
One of the things that I also think companies can benefit from USSD is information dissemination. So, for instance, you're saying that because if you go through that link, you get to access like a portal where there's information, right, that is loaded. You can load your information there. And I think star 321 hash, which is managed by Viamo, is one of the examples of that, because you can easily get to a portal where you have no, that one is for IVR. No, it's not for USSD. I think it's for IVR.
Okay.
I need to correct that. It might be that they have USSD linkage to that, but you can go to this platform and you can get information. So people can even read information.
Really?
Yeah, via
for
USSD.
USSD?
Yeah. Yeah, so
didn't know about
you
that.
can provide information. I remember I used to do this project with the British Council a while ago. So we worked with MHAB, who developed like this USSD platform. So we loaded our information in there. So we're serving a community in Tandili. And that community would read information about gender-based violence and whatever.
Who, USSD?
Yes.
Well.
So you want to give people access to information through that kind of call where they dial a particular number and read, and they can select what they want to check. So if do you want to check this, you press 1, 2, whatever, and then you get what you want, and then you read through. The same way you have access to if you are checking money for star 626 a hash for National Bank.
MO.
Right, so you get so many options, right?
Yeah,
the same way the information is given to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so people have been doing that. So you do that and you can even screenshot and whatever.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, so organizations can take advantage of that, because you remember in Malawi, like the recent stats I have is like 5.8 million of us have access to internet.
How many?
5.8 million.
Okay.
Only.
I mean, I thought
the 2 million.
I thought the numbers were way lower than that.
No, they have moved. They were around 3 million somewhere there, and we moved to 5.8.
Okay.
Yes. So if you check the recent stats, it's like that, and that already presents a problem if you want to scale a product
Of course.
for companies. I'm trying to market it for you. I'm trying to market it for you.
I'm hearing.
So it presents like a problem for people that want to push a product specifically to the last mile.
Yes.
Because how can people check that? Sometimes we assume everyone is online.
Yeah.
That's why people that are always vocal online, they think everyone knows them.
Yes.
No.
That's like it's a fraction of people.
No, even for artists, you're an artist, you know. People that are making it in the game,
Yeah.
there are people that have mastered the art of burning centers.
Of course.
Because they know that's where the music is consumed the most than people that are streaming on it.
Yeah.
Because people are like, being on Spotify, people are like, I can't be on your Spotify.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be making money in the
In the streets.
burning centers. centers. So yeah, that's how you also use the same model of saying, okay, fine, we know our market and we can serve you through this technology. So USSD is an important one, and the other one is IVR, the interactive voice response, where I think the example is the Viamo one, where I think I should bring that Louisa. She's a CEO for Viamo, where you can just dial a number and you can listen. The same way we dial a number to the bank.
No, when we have a problem.
Yeah, and we
press 2 to speak to the...
Yes, and you listen to conversation that is pre-recorded.
Yeah, pre-recorded and everything.
Yeah, that is also a big product in this market because if you have a feature phone, as long as you have that, as long as you are in that 12-13 million that we're assuming, as they have a phone, you can dial that and just listen to that information. So I'm thinking about the last mile because it's quite important because you are focusing on serving the market, and the market would benefit a lot with such kind of technology.
Yes.
So you could also think about expanding to IVR.
Yeah, that's actually interesting.
As a product line. Cool. What makes Malawi a unique market when it comes to digital payment adoption?
Payment adoption, like you said, it's quite risky and nobody has taken that step. But then there's a whole lot of potential. Yeah, because a lot of people might have, what's the word I'm looking for? Restrain, I guess, of like, I'm not going to do that. But then every little thing that has been introduced, we have seen that people have actually adopted to it. Because when you think about, imagine when Airtel money came in, like imagine the first week or like the first month, people are like, what is that?
People doubted that technology.
Exactly. But then look at us now. Even like so I think it just takes somebody to actually just do that, because the big thing is there is the need, but nobody to actually try it. Yeah. So everybody's afraid because of the stereotypes, like maybe they're not like, we're not being Dantosa Posita and everything. But then there's this saying that if you really know something, you can tell it to a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Right? So if you know that somebody's limited in Zelozag, you need to find a way that this message
find a way to communicate. If you're failing to communicate because like people are related, then pretty much, of course.
You don't know what you're talking about. If you can't tell it to a 6-year-old, you don't
need to
know.
explain it in one or the other.
So the market is very needed. Like right now, I keep going back to the scratch cards. Yeah. So imagine, if they just if you just found a way to get on Sanjay and explain this. This is something that they actually need. Because we sponsored one football game and the phone did not stop ringing.
Wow.
So that's where we got the 400 people from.
Serious?
Yes. We sponsored Game Inage last year, December. Phony. Sina siye kulira. We have like 1,000 messages WhatsApp.
It was like the big games.
Yes,
one of those and stuff.
Something like that. So in the middle, Tinangobanga Tima slot teach.
Yes.
So they would just say what we do and then our phone number.
I think that's a big place to market, man.
Especially for the people that in remote areas.
Yes, remote areas.
Yeah, they listen to that.
Okay, cool. Got it. I'm gonna use it for something.
Giving you ideas.
Yeah, this is what this place is all about. Okay, fine.
Yes.
The operations are in Rwanda, Zambia, and now Malawi.
And here.
What are the lessons that you're learning from these markets that are being transferred to Malawi?
Unfortunately, different demographics and different kind of cultures. So we were going through the phase of, what are you guys doing in Zambia? What are you guys doing in Rwanda? And then we realized that, oh no, this is Malawi. So now instead of asking what they're doing, of course, a little bit of the knowledge, right?
Yeah.
But then us to rely on the strategies that work in Rwanda and Zambia was a very big mistake. So there's also usually a misunderstanding because even the big guys, they're thinking of Rwandan market. So when they tell you to do something that works there and it doesn't work here, it's a little bit hard to comprehend. But then I always have to remind them that's why you have a Malawian due to push the product to the people, because then how the people are. So it's like different. There's some generic things that we can put across the board in the countries, but then there's certain things that are culturally, or you have to know your people. Yeah. So I know my people. So we try to find ways of going through, but then we're big on. I think the biggest problem that we're facing is, we don't. Who are you people? You could be one of those companies. We give you money and next month, this could be a scam. That's literally 80% of our problem.
Yeah.
It's like, because you send money, we give you the equivalent.
Yes.
Now they're like, I should send you money. And
Man,
then I was like,
get the
no.
equivalent. It's like,
Exactly. It's
I
like
want
you
to have...
just disappear. Yeah, so trust, Malawians are always on the edge.
Trust is a big issue.
Yeah, it's a very big issue, especially with the scamming that's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just want to establish ourselves in a way that we have that credibility, and we're working on the visibility as well, and just having our partners to back us up.
I love the idea of saying you're learning from Rwanda, Zambia on the generic stuff.
Yes.
But you have to contextualize for Malawi.
Exactly.
Do you know that when you're outside Africa, it's not like this is common truth.
Okay.
But yeah, I've heard it in different places.
All right.
When they think of Africa, they think it's one country.
Yes.
So when you're like, so we're gonna enter Africa, it's like, guys, you want to enter Africa?
Yeah.
Yes, there's Malawi.
Yes, it's like
Your
where you
product
wanna
is gonna face new, like, different challenges.
Exactly.
If you wanna go to Gambia,
they have their own culture there.
You wanna go Ivory Coast, you're gonna have like a lot of challenges. That's why some products even have never made progress.
Yeah. Because they just thought Africa was just
was like one space.
They just made it for one.
Africa strategy. It's like, okay.
It's like, no.
Is it
like,
contextualized to countries? No, it's just like Africa strategy.
It's like, no, we are different people, different cultures, and we might not buy something for a certain reason. Or how are you going to market something to Zambians and Malawians? Totally different.
Yeah. What is the biggest misconception outsiders have about scaling fintech in Africa? I think we've started pointing it out with the narrative that they think Africa is one.
Exactly.
Right. And it messes up. But what do you think are some of the misconceptions of Africa?
I mean, the stereotypical things like that. Some people don't even think we have electricity. Or it's like, but I don't blame them. You've been seeing the ads that UNICEF has been pushing for years.
Yeah.
Somebody will ask you, do you have an airport in Africa? And you're like, how are they going to give me any digital? Yeah, so I think a lot of people need to be educated about Africa. I don't know how on our end we can push, and we try to remove the stereotypical image of Africa, because there's people that, like, I remember some lady when I was working with Airtel customer service. Yeah. She came and she spoke to me, and I spoke to her. She's like, well, where are you from? And I'm like, here. It's like, where did you get your accent? I'm like, here, just watching watching you on TV. I've never even left the country, madam. Yeah. So I think they get shocked with what they see, what's presented to them, like on media, and when they actually get on the ground, they're like, wow, this is amazing. And you should see this, especially with artists, when they get to South Africa and they go to Cape Town, and they look around, they're like, this is not the Africa they told me. Yeah. So I don't think we still have that image that we really need to remove. That's why you mentioned something about when there's like a project for Africans, they still bring people from outside the continent to do the job that can be done by Africans. Yeah. Because we have the stereotype of they're not capable of this. They're not even like tech savvy to know what's going on. So I think, the reason why you have a platform like this, so that they can actually see that people like you and me exist, and there's a whole lot of us, and we just need the opportunities. Yeah, and we are very capable of doing the work.
Yeah, true. I hear you, man. And I think we need to do some work in terms of building awareness of what Africa is.
Yeah. We really need to.
Africa is ready. Africa is developed. Yes, we have struggles in different places. Yeah. So these are the places.
Yes.
Yeah, same stuff happens. But Africa is ready. I think Africa, in every country, you'll find that there's a like a high class,
yes,
and you have the middle class, and you have the lower class. Yes. You find people that think they are in America, but they're living in Africa. They have money, they have whatever, and they're living a good life as well.
They really are.
I think it's just an issue of looking at Africa from a contextualized lens, other than from the lens of saying Africa is one space. Because it's not.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Perfect, man. Yeah. Cool. You're not artists, and it's a very important thing to mention about that, because people will be watching. Okay, I wanna.
It's like
AP.
It is ABD.
But how is your creative background helping you with the leadership of supporting this company?
Support,
because people don't understand that.
Yeah,
what you do with whatever that you have, whatever is entrusted to you,
Yes.
as you're an artist or anything else, is a stepping stone to something bigger.
Exactly.
And it builds you. Standing in front of people and do whatever you do is preparing you to stand in front of people
And do a
present
presentation. Yeah, that's actually very true. I used
So
to have like stage fright. After like I started like performing.
Yeah.
And now it's just like I don't even see the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to answer your question, funny you should bring that up. I can tell you most opportunities that William has gotten is because of Episodz. Yeah, so like the artistry has opened more corporate and professional doors, which is actually crazy. Because sometimes I go to an interview and then one of the panelists is like, "Oh, happy."
You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
This is one element.
Yeah, he's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm already like a foot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has really opened a lot of doors because I've been able to socialize with a lot of people from being Episodz.
Yeah.
So being in places where like networking is like, I went there as Episodz, but next thing you know, I say, but you did marketing, you did this. But the reason why I am able to talk to this person is because of the artistry.
Yeah.
So that the artistry brought me into a room where I found like Episodz doing a favor to William.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even most of the jobs that I've gotten, even like Changu, Hatsa knew me because I'm an artist. It's like, AP. And then I sent my CV. It's like, AP or a CV. So it's imagine, picture this, right?
Yeah.
You are one of the panelists.
Yeah.
And then Namadingo comes and he wants the job.
You were like, yeah,
everybody's gonna be biased. It's like,
Like,
oh,
yeah.
we know
that.
that. Yeah, so the artistry usually opens a whole lot of doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But I
can say
find
that.
people are sitting on their artistry,
Yeah.
and they just waiting for gigs.
Yeah, I think it's I feel like talent is all good and all, but if you don't have a good manager, because you need somebody that is like business minded, that is thinking. Because artists sit down, they don't have a manager. They're thinking, let me do a hot song when I get a booking, and managers thinking, you see that little spot?
Yeah.
Well, my artist kind of does intimate kind of music. I was about we bring a little band.
Yeah.
To make it intimate. We now got to a show.
Exactly. That's a difference.
Yeah. So management. A lot of artists management.
Yeah.
I'm very big on management.
hear you, man.
Doesn't even matter if you're talented or not, but management will take you places.
Will take you places because essentially they are business people.
Exactly,
Helping
yeah.
you to grow. Okay, fine. What do you think fintech startups can learn from the African creativity? And this one is a question that might be ambiguous in some way.
Yeah.
But I think creativity creates new doors.
Yes.
For businesses. And I think the African creativity is also a business.
Yes.
That other business, specifically like a niche area like the fintech, can also learn from. What is it that Africa offers, the creative space offers, that fintech can leverage as of now?
As of now, I think I would go back to, for example, like a company like, not a company, but a website like Olinzinga, right? That's a space where people can, the artists and creatives can sell their stuff.
Yeah.
I loved that platform so much because the possibilities are endless.
Okay, fine.
Literally, any
people that are checking this, some of them are in different countries.
Yes.
What is Ulinzinga?
Okay, Olinzinga was basically a platform that allowed artists to sell their digital products. So I'm talking about, you could put your book there. Let's say you're an author. You put a book there, you put a price to it, and people can be buying. Yeah, let's say you're an artist. You could do a performance on Olinzinga. You just put your camera there. You put the amount of money. You could do pay-per-view, or you just pay 5,000 and watch the whole thing,
set.
or 1,000 per minute. So that was also like a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can imagine even like gym instructors. Let's say you have a client that's in Blantyre. You just put your camera there and then you're working out with them and they're seeing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it was endless. So the fintechs, like the only reason why that was possible for the artists, the creatives to be paid was because of Changu, the payment gateway.
Yeah.
So we're working hand in hand. So I really think that, it's something that's full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the creatives are actually bringing in a space where the fintechs can come in and make profit, and vice versa.
Amazing.
So it's working together that, I'm getting paid, you are getting a percentage for what I'm getting paid for using your platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I would put it in that way.
Cool.
I don't know. What are you thinking about that? Walk me through your.
My thoughts are similar. I think there is so much that is happening in the creative space that is not taking advantage of of fintech. Because artists in Africa, maybe I'm biased on artists that I know, but most of the artists are broke. And are broke not because they don't have the talent, but they have not seen how they could take advantage of technology, specifically the financial technology, to make a lot of money.
Yes.
And if they could provide that and offer that service, which is specialized to a specific audience, they could make a lot of money, and fintechs could grow in the African continent. So that was the thinking. It's like I see there's so many artists. Everyone is an artist these days. Everyone is like in the studio dropping some bars and whatever, right? And if everyone had that kind of business mentality to say, okay, fine, I need to plug in, I need to plug in, I need to plug in, I need to plug in. I need to make sure that I'm connected to the global market.
Yes.
It means that the market could have grown.
Yeah.
Unlike what we have right now, where everyone is just waiting for gigs, or sometimes they have an opportunity. All these live that people are doing, like Localize, could have been an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? Because for our friends that are in different countries where you're able to send them a few things and they make a lot of money.
And everything. The streamers,
so streamers that are actually making money, like
it's like millionaires. Yes, put a camera in front and just say random things. It's not even like scripted. It's just antagonists.
People just chilling.
Yeah, and then now they're millionaires. In USD, not even in Malawi.
Yeah, but you chill for hours. You do your live. So people could have been dancing for a reason on TikTok.
Yeah.
And at least get paid. I know people are getting paid because most of them they're changing the settings to say, okay, fine, my account is from this other country.
Oh, like VPN.
XYZ. But what you see is that not so many people are realizing such kind of opportunities.
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't know. Yeah, I've realized that a lot of people don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Even I was a little skeptical about like streaming sites. Like one person that I can actually like big up to, like who was open to it. Gwamba gotta be the first person to be like on the streaming sites. And I'm talking about 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
We didn't even have, there was Spotify, but we were not using it because there wasn't a cracked version yet. So, Malawians were not like listening. If you see the numbers that are being done on Spotify right now, it's so crazy. It's because it got cracked and somebody introduced somebody and somebody introduced somebody. And now you find a Malawian artist having 1 million streams. So like Malawians they're like on
people
Spotify.
Now consuming the content of those platforms.
Yeah, but then a lot of artists don't even know that they can make actual money on streaming sites.
Yeah. So for me, I think streaming site, but I also think bespoke offers that artists could create that they can monetize using and plug into payment gateways like Efashe and the existing platforms that are also there in the current market. It's what people are missing. So instead of just waiting to create an event, like a big event that you're going to lose all your money and then start asking people to borrow your money because you lost everything by booking overpriced ad. Anyway, let me leave it there.
It's like, well,
but you have to think and think critically about how to take advantage of the technologies.
Yeah, that's very true. Because I remember there's this other lady, I think her website to my blogs.
Yeah.
And then you're able to, she says, buy me a coffee. And then it's just like a option where you can send her. You can just send her, 5p. You do a coffee. Yeah, so you I think I did you subscribe.
Yeah.
And she's Malawian. But a lot of people don't know that. There's interesting people with interesting content that Montata even on 500 watch. Let's play the long game of
volumes. Don't think about making like 20,000 with one client. Say, okay, fine, I'll even get 100 watch. But if you're getting thousands, you know what that means.
Yeah, you're multiplying the money. But I think people just think, hands. It's like, no, you have 230,000 followers.
Yeah.
I decided about 100.
It's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Let's do a bit of I call them a rapid fire round.
Okay.
It's a quick one.
Okay.
Cool. So, what is the favorite Efashe product feature that you like?
Efashe product feature that I like? Bulk airtime. There's
the bulk airtime. Yes.
So there's bulk airtime and then there's bulk SMS.
Tell me about the bulk airtime.
The bulk airtime is for corporates.
Okay.
Right. So you know how, like, let's say you have a workforce of hundreds of people across Malawi. Let's say you have a branch in Blantyre, Lilongwe, and Mzuzu. And everybody is entitled to a certain amount of airtime at a certain date, right? So what a lot of companies do is they compile like an Excel sheet, and then they physically take it to Airtel. But then Airtel is dealing with 100 other companies. So now they will not give you the airtime until your check clears. Yes. So you leave the check there. When it clears, you still get.
It takes a lot of time. And most of the organizations, I know you find that your airtime comes through around 10th or 9th or somewhere around even 15th of the month, because Airtel was waiting for the check to clear, and then they will process it.
And then they're processing that. So let's say several checks have cleared at once. They still have to go through each company. So what we decided is we created a portal where, since we're already partners with Airtel and TNM, we have a capability of just populating an Excel sheet. So a phone number against the amount that you get, and then we simply just load it in our system, and it automatically gives everybody airtime at once. So it removes the whole hassle of going to Airtel and TNM. Because you've noticed that a lot of people that receive airtime, if you want airtime, you're going to have to get a what?
There's no way you have to get a TNM one.
Exactly.
But with you can get both.
It doesn't matter what operator you have. It just sends to both. So Tina just saw that whole struggle and put it in one place. When you come to us, you get either. And then it's just at a click of a button. Like I said, even like 1,000 people against You just press the button, everybody gets airtime. And on top of that, we give corporates 1% commission of cashback.
You guys, okay. I know the model. The model for you is volume.
Yes.
So you don't care. So as long as the volumes are making sense.
Exactly.
Amazing. Okay. One artist you listen to when solving a tough fintech problem, when you're thinking about this, okay, what should we do? Which artist are you listening to right now? Which is like a podcast Malawi question.
But you're talking to an artist, so it's fair.
Yes, fair, because you're an artist,
Let's see. It depends on the mood. Because, the human factor usually pops up. You talk to somebody, I know, like, you're not supposed to say things that work personally. Because you talk to, like, a client, maybe you're booking a meeting, and they speak to you in a certain way.
You're like,
it's like, but then I try to not take it personally. Because they're speaking to Efashe. They're not talking to William. They have nothing against me. Maybe they're tired, they had a bad day. So it depends on the mood. So when it's like a task that is like, it's getting me riled up and like, okay, let's get this done, or something that's draining my energy. It's different. So softer music, maybe I would listen to some old Drake when I'm feeling a little, But then when it's something that I feel like I should do and I'm excited and I'm a little aggressive, I'll play some Kendrick, just the opposite of it. I'll put on like a loud song, volume up, and then just focused.
Now the question is coming in because people don't understand the psychology of work. Because when you're distracted, when you're confused, something's not working, music plays a role in that it helps you to start thinking properly, and also start digesting the whole process in a different way. Okay, fine. What is the best advice you can give to a young African who's trying to venture into the fintech space?
Do it.
Okay.
Don't. A lot of ideas have died in just, how like people overplay things in their heads that even myself, like I find myself, what is it? It's called mental fatigue. Like I create so many problems thinking about something, and then when I actually do it, I laugh. I was like, so a lot of people just let ideas die in their heads because they're like, it's gonna fail. It's like, how do you know that? You haven't tried. So stop the planning, Tanchani, do it. Because it's like sometimes you overplan. Now you're in your head, now you're second guessing yourself. So whatever you have that can work, start where you're at. So don't wait until So even like same concept with artists, right? They're like, I'm gonna put out the song drama yogwani yakumpasa shoni because I want to video. It's like, no, if ngadibadi padika phone. Start where you are. Otherwise, you just be capital. You hear Malawians.
Everyone is waiting for a capital. Right?
So it's like whatever you have, just do what you can to get to what you want to do. So whatever it takes for you to get from this moment to that moment. I want to be selling cars, but right now in Drama, go to Samandas. You get money you start selling something else, but your dream is to sell cars.
Amazing.
But you slowly develop into that. So do it.
Do it.
Yeah, stop overthinking.
Cool. What is a big trend coming to Africa's fintech space that you're watching right now?
Payment gateways.
Payment gateways.
Yes.
It's a big thing right now.
Yeah,
right?
it's a very big thing.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Changu for being like the poster boy for that.
Yeah.
Because when you think of payment gateway, everybody's like, Changu.
Yeah, people think about that.
In a flutter with Malawi.
Yeah, there are so many companies that have been in the market for some time.
I have no idea.
They don't even know. Yeah, I think what was done right is the marketing.
Yes.
To make sure that people know the name even before the product.
Yes, I think we spent almost 2-3 years just marketing without even like
pushing the product.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What is next for Efashe?
What's next? We want to do everything. We are very hungry. We want everything and everything.
Yeah.
So we're getting into money as well. So we want to agents should be able to transact money.
Actual money.
So yeah,
not just airtime.
Yeah, so money, and we also want to do agency banking. So you'll be able to cash. Let's say your national bank, you'll be able to cash, deposit and withdraw for money Efashe agent.
Yeah.
So the expansion is limitless because digital.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are just hungry for everything that's out there.
Amazing, man.
Yes.
And how can people connect with you guys?
We have a Facebook page, Efashe Limited, and also what else? I mean, I can't give out my personal number. Yeah, but then just reach out on Facebook.
Yeah.
Quick responses, and then we'll the person that handles it will give you the number, the WhatsApp number for the company, where you'll be oriented on everything, and any other questions that you have, they'll be able to answer it for you.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
So happy to connect with you, I say, after some time.
Yes.
And I'm happy that you're moving. And I think you're a testament that the space is growing.
Yes.
And it means that there are opportunities that are coming to people that are working in the space. It means for now, people who were doubting, they're like, and I can't work at a startup because I need job security and whatever. They see that the startup world is growing.
Yeah, it's booming.
And then if you start in a startup, you also have the language of and then it helps you to get other opportunities and you can grow in the space. And I'm excited about the new product because at the end of the day, we have to solve the challenges that we have in Malawi.
Exactly.
And you're solving it.
Yes.
I know about aggregation. It's a crazy business.
Yeah, it really
you
is,
want to move this text, you want to move money, you want to move airtime. It's like basic things, but you can't do it at scale if you don't have a solution part.
Exactly.
So you guys are doing it. I'm excited about this. I'm excited that this is coming through the whole wave of Africa. So Rwanda, Zambia, Malawi, and then we see it growing in different spaces. When the founders are here in Malawi, let them come on this show.
Okay.
So that we can talk about
have a conversation.
The whole vision and everything. But I'm excited to have you here.
Thank you for having
because
me.
you have shared what people maybe my agent and I will be found through this.
I'm
They'll be like, look, fine. I also want to be an agent, which is creating jobs for people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thanks, man. You have a good day.
You too.
Cool. This marks the end of our episode today. I'm excited and I was very honored to have William, aka Episodz, to be with us in the show. So let me just do a reader of what High Africa podcast is all about because people are always asking what is happening. So High Africa is a show that explores the future of work and talent in Africa, and essentially High Africa, which is a platform that we are building as part of the podcast. So the podcast is just like a section of the whole High Africa offer. So High Africa is a platform which is on a mission to connect Africa's top freelancers and skilled professionals with opportunities across the continent and the world. So from blue-collar workers to creative minds to digital experts, we believe African talent belongs on the global stage. So we believe in that. So each episode, of course, that we have here, we talk to innovators, people that are building and so forth, just to make sure that you understand. You have awareness of what is happening in Africa. So when the platform comes through, you see it, you see that, okay, fine, people are already there, people are already building. So the platform is just a complementary offer to that. Thank you so much and see you next time.